Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome to the RC Retro channel. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the Sakura Advanced S64 put out by 3Racing, which is a modern day 1/10 scale touring car. And of course, at the end of the video, we're going to do a little racing. I know you're all excited about that. But first, I just wanted to explain to you all how I got one of these in my collection and on my channel. So we're going to do a little story time right now. And then of course I'm going to tell you all the cool features about this and the really nice price point of how much this kit is, which I think many of you will be surprised and maybe want to go out and get. So first off, we were hanging out at the Fender Speedway with a bunch of the guys, and Tom, our semi-pro RC driver, shows up with his Sakura. And we're getting ready for the modified class, so we're all just out there practicing. We had the timer going, and we're pulling in, let's say, 9-second, 10-second laps. And the Fender Speedway, back when this all happened, was a little bit smaller. It was in the shape of a T, and since then we've expanded the Fender Speedway. But yet, we were all pulling in 9, 10-second laps, and Tom was pulling in 7-second laps. So we had an idea that he was basically going to destroy us, and sure enough, he blew us all out of the water in the race and won with this. And then after the race, I was talking with him, actually we all were, and he's like, yo, this is a Sakura, an S64 Advance, and we're all like, I never heard of it. He's like, it's an entry-level touring car, and he was sharing that he built it kit spec right from the manual, made no modifications to it, and basically threw in his own electronics. And he's a semi-pro driver, so he has a lot of, you know, really upscale, nice, expensive electronics, motor, ESC to throw in here. So after that, he handed it off to me and said, here, why don't you try it? And he's like, sometimes it's a little bit more of the car than the driver. And so I went out there and I started racing it around the track, and I was pulling in, let's say, high eights, going nice and slow. And next thing you know, after a couple laps, I was pulling in 7-second laps, and everybody was looking at me because we all know I'm not the greatest driver. And so I handed it off to Phil, and then Phil handed it off to Gareth, and then Gareth to Uncle Dave, and we all tried Tom's car. And next thing you know, monkey see, monkey do, we all went out and bought Sakuras. So now we have a Sakura race class. Tom was using a 21.5 brushless motor in his car, so we all went out and bought 21.5 brushless motors for our Sakura race class. So that's how this came to be. So what do you get? Well, this is a rolling chassis. It is a 4-wheel drive, belt-driven, mid-motor mounted rolling chassis. You have a rear differential that is a gear diff, oil-filled, and the front, you don't have a diff, you have a spool. You also have oil-filled shocks. You also have a front and a rear sway bar, and it comes completely ball raced with bearings, no bushings like Tamiya. So I want to say you're getting a pretty good deal. So how much does it cost? And remember, I'm not, being promoted by Sakura to say, hey, why don't you advertise this on your channel? This is strictly, we all just went out and bought these. This costs $90. You get also, oh, I forgot to mention, you get a top deck and chassis that is fiberglass. That's $90 right there. Rolling chassis. All you gotta do is throw in all your own electronics. Now they make this kit upgraded with all graphite chassis, upper deck, front and rear shock towers. Now if you want to get the upgraded version with all graphite, it's going to cost you about $40 to $45 more. What you're talking about, let's say $140, $145? I don't know. This cost me, like I said, a little over $100 with shipping. So the price point is well worth it if you want a modern touring car that's completely tunable and adjustable. Now, as far as electronics, well, Tom was running top-of-the-line electronics in his, and I don't remember what those are offhand. I wanted to put in something that was pretty decent, not top-of-the-line, but decent, and nothing that is brushed. So, like I said, because we're using 21.5 brushless, because things are a little different on the channel, right? We're doing lipos, we're doing brushless on here now. All right. So, I actually had a Savox 1258 TG speed control, not a speed control, servo laying around, so I threw that in here. I had a Reedy Black Box 600Z ESC, I threw that in here, And I decided to go with a Reedy Sonic S Plus 21.5 brushless motor. And then I also threw a little fan in there, and I'm using my Radiolink transmitter and receiver in here. And it's pretty decent. And when I took this out the first time, I really enjoyed it, and it performed great. I also forgot to mention, I also decided to not use the kit tires and wheels on here. This is where the whole conversation with Tom came in about how important your tires are when you're running on road, and also based on the temperature of the surface you're running. And so he turned me on to Sweeps racing tires. So these are Sweeps racing tires and wheels that came pre-glued. I don't exactly know the model number of these or what the rating is on these, so I will throw it at the bottom of the screen over here just to let you all know. But tires make a huge difference, and you know, me just going out there with just regular stock kit tires in the past, just messing around was fine. But when you're zipping around the track at really, really fast speeds, you definitely want a tire that's going to grip the asphalt a little better. And so, lesson learned, right? So there you go. That's everything I have on here. Now, the body does not come with the kit. This is a protoform body that I purchased, and I handed it off to Phil. Phil asked me what colors I like. I said, I don't know, gray, black, white, blue. And so he painted this up for me. Thank you so much, Phil. And I threw some stickers on there that came with the kit. So for 90 bucks, you're going to get this rolling chassis that's completely adjustable and tunable, but you got to get your own electronics in there. And I would suggest upgrading your wheels and your tires, and then also you're going to have to get a body for this kit. Now, with that being said, the bodies, well, out there, you know, we bang into each other, and we bang into each other often out there on the track. It's almost like, I don't know, we call it the Fender Bender Speedway for a reason, right? And the bodies don't really last too long, and I've already cracked mine. I ran mine just 2, maybe 3 times, and already the front has split, and the rear from being rear-ended a couple times. And so, you know, and believe it or not, I have flipped this because I hit a sandbag and kind of took off and launched it like a ramp, and well, it's all banged up already. And so is the bottom. As I take this off, and I show you the bottom is all scuffed up. So I'm gonna put on a carbon fiber wrap chassis protector just to, you know, make it look a little bit more presentable in a little bit. And I did order a few more of these bodies, but while Phil painted this one, I shipped one of these bodies off to Custom RC Graphics. He's big on Instagram. He's located down in Florida. And I told him the colors I wanted, and so he painted this one up for me. Pretty neat, right? So we have a little white into some lime green with some honeycomb design on there, with some gray, with some glittering in it. And then, I don't know where it is, but it's probably in the box, all black wing in the back. So really nice. And, you know, the window frames on here are all gold. I think it complements each other nicely. This is one that I'm going to throw on. And of course, you know, he charges a pretty decent amount for the work that he does. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to keep racing with this on until this is no longer usable, and then I'll switch over to this. But I could expect this to not last very long because this one didn't last long. So all right, so with that, throughout the video I showed close-ups of this in great detail. I know I'm just first taking the body off now, but I definitely recommend one of these. These are pretty cool, and I'm very, very happy with mine. All right, so now I'm going to show you some video footage of me solo on the Fender Bender Speedway with this, and then right after that, we're going to cut to a full-length race video, all 6 minutes of raw footage, different camera angles showing our first Sakura race on the RC Retro channel. So enjoy the rest of the video, take care, and I'll see you all in my next
Jeez.
Still 9.68 seconds. 13.63 seconds. Bianco 13.42 seconds. Garrett 13.8 seconds. Still 9.17 seconds. Bianco 10.17 seconds. Garrett 9.87 seconds. Ari 10.66. Still 9.5.
Oh, these tires are all over the place.
9.18 seconds. Ari 11.14 seconds. 4 seconds. Still 9.86 seconds. 8.81 seconds. 10.45 seconds. Still 8.84 seconds. Bianco 13.7. Bianco 14.28 seconds. Still 8.38 seconds. Ari 10.43 seconds. Still 9.67 seconds. Bianco 10.6 seconds. Still 9.41 seconds. Ari 10.39 seconds. Still 9.24 seconds. Still 9.3 seconds. Bianco 10.2 seconds. Ari 10.84 seconds. Garrett
Oh,
8.73 seconds.
and I'm done.
9.77 seconds. Phil 9.94 seconds.
The battery fell out.
10.29 seconds. Bianco 10.73
Yeah,
seconds.
keep going.
Oh, wait, they're fixing it. Ari 10.38 seconds. 10.99 seconds. 3 minutes left. First fill. Power battery. Bianco. Fill 9.4 seconds. 9.46 seconds. Ari 10.34 seconds. Bianco 10.20 seconds. 9.33 seconds. Garrett 8.92 seconds. Ari 10.14 seconds. 9.65 seconds. 8.88 seconds. Phil 17.16
Yep.
seconds.
There goes my battery. Yeah.
9.20 seconds. Phil 10.61 seconds. Bianco 10.73 seconds. Ari 10.65 seconds. Phil 11.12 seconds. Bianco 10.62 seconds. Ari 10.62 seconds. Ari 10.75 seconds. Phil 9.78 seconds. Bianco 9.79 seconds. Bianco 10.23 seconds. Phil 10.13 seconds. Ari
10.54 Bianco, 9.90 seconds. Still, 8.69 seconds. Ari, 10.19 seconds. Still, 8.90 seconds. Bianco, 9.78 seconds. Ari, 9.73 seconds. Still, 9.39 seconds. Bianco, 12.55 seconds. Still, 9.45 seconds. Ari, 11.46 seconds. Bianco, 10.61 seconds. Still, 9.79 seconds. Ari, 10.48 seconds. Bianco, 10.65 seconds. Still, 9.19 seconds. Time limit reached. Complete your final lap. Ari, 10.75 seconds. Air finish. Bianco, 10.21 seconds. Bianco finished. Still, 9.76 seconds. Still finished.